I'm going to be breaking down to you how I posted 60 times to make over $120,000 per month every month. And no, you don't need the fanciest equipment to do this. You don't need to get millions and millions of views. You don't even need to be the best storyteller or best at content. I can promise you right now that if you stay till the end of the video and replicate my 4-step process to making this work, you will succeed with making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars with your personal brand. And I know this because I was able to make $1 million with 60,000 followers per year, plus how my clients amass over 21 million followers, over 2.3 billion views, and of course, millions and millions of dollars generated for their business. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, the best part about this entire system is how I was able to make the most amount of money getting the least amount of views, all because I focused more on who I was targeting and how I was saying my message. And the most important thing to realize with social media is that just because you get a lot of views doesn't mean you're gonna get the most amount of sales as well. What really matters these days is distribution. And the more distribution you do, the more people are gonna absorb your content and consume your information, which leads them to buy your product more often. But of course, we need to first break down why business owners, or maybe even yourself, can't post consistently or even get 5 posts per day, 60 times per month to make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 per month plus. And it really comes down to one main, and that's having no plan. When you don't have a plan, having no plan leads to many things. It leads to burnout, for example. It leads to no motivation or lack of motivation. And it leads to wasting time over and over and over again, second guessing what you're doing, thinking that you're doing it right when you're not doing it right, and it actually ends up creating a whole chaotic mess for building your personal brand. So here's what you need instead, and that is the 4-pillar batching system, which I've helped use on my clients, myself, to make millions of dollars in revenue and have gained a massive following just from following the simple strategy or the simple guide right here. Starting with the first pillar, which is organized plan. And when I say organized planning, I mean taking ideas, writing them down, doing the things that you need to be doing to make sure that they're not just random ideas. No, they're intentional ideas that are going to get you the right audience, the right dollars for your business, whatever it is that you need. So let's break this down further. When I do organized planning, I always start with finding video ideas. And I'm going to show you, by the way, after this, a live demonstration of me doing this. But once I find and scroll through a bunch of different video ideas by searching through competitors, scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, I then save a bunch of the ideas or I write them down on a piece of paper. And typically what I'm saving or writing down is what inspires me, what made me feel a certain type of emotion, and how this is actually going to relate towards my audience in the future. And after writing down all these ideas and saving them, this is when I then go ahead and create all my ideas from scratch. And when I say scratch, I mean coming up with an idea that's really unique on its own that has never really been done before. Because that's always the best type of idea that's gonna go viral, that's gonna get you more views, that's gonna get you more attention and eyeballs for your business. So I'm gonna go to Instagram right now, show you live how I do it, and I'm gonna show you an example then of one of my videos that I posted that got me over 50 million views across all platforms, including Clippers posting it, including other media outlets posting it. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm on Instagram, right? And literally all I do is I scroll through different videos that are in my niche or maybe in other niches as well. And the reason why I said other niches is because sometimes the other niches might have different types of videos that I want to replicate and create within a different niche that ends up becoming a unique idea in that industry. So here you can see this guy's talking about something with like content, personal branding. Let's just say this is inspiring. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and save this one, right? The next one looks like it's a B-roll video, right? I survived, but it left a permanent scar. Good story already, right? These people had families to feed. Maybe let's say I like this video, right? I'm gonna scroll, save this one, cool, inspirational, right? This one looks like a clothing promo. This one doesn't look that interesting. This one, no, maybe not, right? Cool. This is a restaurant review video, okay? But essentially what I do is I just scroll through like this, right? I'm scrolling through, right? Obviously, not every video is going to catch your attention. Not every video is going to be viral worthy. But the more you scroll through like this, right, and you see, okay, maybe it's the brain rot content. Maybe it's the more professional content. Your brain is going to get more calloused into thinking about more viral ideas on an ongoing basis. I hate when people are like, oh, don't go through Instagram, TikTok, try to come up with stuff on your own from your own imagination. But I genuinely am a believer of somebody that does research on different video ideas, that scrolls through multiple different niches to find the winning idea. Because this is what I have done for my own personal page, and this is what has gotten me 300,000 followers even just off of a single post before. So let's just say, okay, here's another video, right? You spend 14K on a mentorship. I'm gonna just save it right now just because maybe I might find it interesting later on. And literally after I find the ideas and everything, I typically will go to my saved stuff, right? Which you can see right here, and I will just go scroll, see, okay, this is what I found interesting in the past. Maybe this isn't, right? See what I can combine from all these different ideas together, okay? And keep in mind, when you do scroll, you wanna make sure you save as many videos as possible because you're not gonna obviously use all those ideas for your videos. You might take 5 to 7 video ideas out of 50 plus videos you save, and that might be just fine. But once I save the videos, like I said, I go through them again, see, okay, maybe like, let's say this video, this one looks interesting. I saved before the rise of yapping. Maybe I can do a similar version, but just different. But just to save you time, I'm going to show you one of my examples that I personally did, so that way you kind of get the idea. So this is one of the ideas I came up with on my own, right? After scrolling through many hours. You can see on the screen, this was a very popular trend that was called speed running into Scientology buildings. Obviously, this has nothing to do with business. I'm just giving you this example. But this video right here got over about 15 million views on just Instagram alone, right? I thought it was a pretty funny video. If you haven't seen what I'm talking about, basically a bunch of kids, teenagers were starting to run into Scientology churches or buildings to raid them or invade them to find out the secrets of what their cult was about. And it just went mega viral. So I found that idea funny, right? And I thought to myself, how can I make this different? And at the time I saw this video of a bunch of dwarves going against giant women, and I thought it was funny. And I thought to myself, imagine if I had combined these two together somehow, Scientology speedrun and the dwarves or giant woman. And that's when I came up with my genius idea, which was raiding Scientology churches with dwarves, as you can see here as a title. And this first video got 8.6 million views on Instagram, and on TikTok it got over 11 million. And this is just one of my accounts. Actually, on multiple different other accounts, these videos were getting 2 million views, 3 million views. Polymarket was posting about it. Really big creators were posting about it, reacting to it. I had media outlets, Daily Mail, reaching out to me. There were so many people posting about this, and it's all because I came up with not just an original idea, but more so an idea that was already viral, and I just twisted it to make my own by combining other multiple ideas. And this is the exact strategy that I'm telling you right now you need to be doing when you plan out all your video ideas, not just copying and pasting. Because the reality is, when you copy and paste so much, you're never going to be remembered for your own thing, your own signature style. That signature style is going to make you different, personality-wise, attention-wise, right, concept-wise. Make sure you follow these exact steps for organized planning, and I promise you, you will find way more success in 5 ideas than just posting 50 different ideas that are all the same copying people. It's going to be harder, but trust me when I say this, it's worth spending the time on. All right, moving now on to pillar number 2, which is organized recording. Organized recording is very simple to understand. It's literally what it says right here, organized recording. How I go about recording my video ideas is I schedule them on a monthly basis. Sometimes I do bi-weekly, kind of depends on when I have free time. As business owners, I totally understand things come up all the time. We're traveling left and right, whatever it is. But just make sure to at least plan a monthly shoot date at the very least, because if you plan this ahead, I promise you, you're going to be able to just get all your content done faster, and you won't have to worry about it later on versus just trying to scramble last minute, put it or squeeze it in between your schedule. It's just not going to work, okay? You need to plan it out very carefully and way ahead of time. And once I plan out my shoots, I go ahead and film about 10 ideas per shoot to turn into 30 different formats. And what I mean by format is that you can take the same idea and make it into 3 different variations, which I'm going to show you right here. So let's say these are my 10 ideas I'm going to be filming on my shoot date, right? The biggest lie about becoming rich, why most entrepreneurs stay broke, business owners reveal their dumbest purchase, what job would you never do again, the fastest way to look successful without being successful. You get the point, all these ideas right here. What I would do is I would take all these 10 ideas that I wrote down after following the organized planning method, and I would then create 3 different variations out of each and every idea. Now, these are just some examples that I've seen perform extremely well, and maybe these that you're seeing on the screen might not work for you because you might be more introverted, right? But to give you an idea, you can do talking head, you can do interview style, you can do green screen method, you could do B-roll, you could do whatever you want content format wise, as long as your idea is able to go into multiple different variations or multiple different formats. I can promise you right now, that is how you're gonna be able to save time on shoots and be able to actually give your idea a chance 3 different times at going viral. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times you might have a really good idea, and sometimes your idea might just not be good in a specific format. I have literally taken the same idea multiple different times, reformatted it, and it has gone more viral the next time and then the 3rd time over and over again. So to recap organized recording, just make sure that when you record your videos, you don't want to just go ahead and film 30 different ideas. You can, but that's going to be a lot of work. And unless you have a lot of time, I highly suggest you just take 10 solid video ideas, you make 3 different variations or formats out of it, and then you basically go ahead and edit those videos accordingly. And speaking of editing, that's pillar number 3, organized editing. When I say organized editing, I don't just mean you now, after you film all your videos, taking them, editing them yourself, doing all that work. That's gonna take too much time. You're a busy business owner. You don't have time to be doing that stuff. So here's exactly what I do to save hours and hours of time from editing videos. Whenever I edit my videos or when I edit my clients' videos, we always make different variations from every idea our clients film. So from the hooks, from the editing style, the structure, call to action, these are 4 things right here you could take literally inside the video and retwist it or redo it somehow and change it up. So if it's a different text hook, maybe change the text hook on the screen, change the visual hook on the screen, change the verbal hook of what you're saying, film it twice, 3 times. Editing style, one's more hyper edited, the other one's more raw style, right? Authentic. Structure, maybe you bring up the credibility second line, maybe you bring the credibility up at the very end of the video. Whatever it is, the structure can always be structured differently for your video. And of course, the call to action, maybe you put the call to action in the beginning, the end, the middle, change it up. When I collaborated with iShowSpeed on a video, I took the same exact idea as you can see on the screen, which every single one of them has the exact same clip. And I just did this exact method I'm telling you right now. I changed some of them with hooks. I changed the text hooks. I changed the editing style. I changed the format, the way it's presented. And each time, 30,000 views, some of them, right? 50,000 views, 44,000, 150,000, 2.3 million, 2.1 million, 59,000. This 59,000 actually right here, you can see, was the first video I posted. I wasn't obviously satisfied with it. I was like, there's a lot more potential with this idea. So I did it again, and the second time I got 2.1 million, and then I got 2.3 million. And then obviously other times still 100K, right? 40K, 50K, 30K. So what I'm trying to tell you is that when you edit your videos, don't just think after you edit one video and you post it and it doesn't go viral that it's done. You can literally take the same concept that went viral again, or maybe didn't go viral, and re-edit it, and it always has a chance of blowing up. You never know. The best places to find editors I suggest are onlinejobs.ph, Fiverr, you can go to Upwork, WhatsApp communities. But if you want my entire guide on how to find the right editors for your business, just check out the description down below and I'll have a free Google Doc there for you to take. All right, so we went over organized planning, organized recording, organized editing. Let's now finally move on to the last and final pillar, which is organized posting. And the reason why it's organized posting is because a lot of people, the mistakes they make is they'll post videos whenever they want. Maybe it's not at a set time, which timing doesn't matter, but they'll end up posting inconsistently. They'll forget days. You don't want to fall into that trap. You want to be able to organize your posting weeks in advance so that way you don't have to ever think about it or worry about it again. The way I go about organized posting is simple. I just hire someone to do it, not from the Philippines, not from a different country. Hire someone from the US, please. Because I can tell you right now, I have hired people from the Philippines that post videos for my clients before sometimes. And even though they have a VPN, it just doesn't work as well as having someone from the US post your video. And that's exactly why I switched to just having only people in the US. Yes, it might cost you more, but it's worth it. Don't F up your brand by just posting randomly in different parts of the world, where then you're gonna attract a really bad demographic that can't even afford your service or product. And if you wanna find someone to hire, you can literally go to Upwork. You can even ask a friend to post your videos, because all they're gonna do is take the hooks of your videos or the concept title of whatever the video was about and just make that the caption. That's it. That's all I do for my clients, and it works 100% of the time. And when you find someone to post your videos, they can post it every day, they can post it twice a day. The cadence doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're not touching this because you don't have time to do this, and it's consistent with the scheduling. The last thing you want is to just have somebody randomly post it at whatever times they want, and I can promise you right now that's going to become a complete disaster, and it's going to be an absolute shit show. Another pro tip that I have my social media manager poster do for my clients and myself is trial reels. I have my social media manager poster do trial reels to post 6 times, 9 times of the exact same video over and over and over and over and over again, which you can see on the screen right here. There's a lot of different text hooks, right? This one says how every small entrepreneur uses controversial marketing, how to use controversy to create a loyal fan base, how to use controversial marketing correctly, the content you need to post to get sales, right? How boring content made me 125K in 30 days. There's so many different ways I go about making my videos. With this, in this case, this is the hooks method, right? I change the text hook. I trial reel each and every single one of them. And yeah, they don't get the most views, right? 300, 200, 100, 400. And you have to realize in the right niche, with the right messaging, 300 people of business owners that are qualified to buy your product is a lot of people. You just need one person to make you an extra $1,000, $2,000, $15,000, however much it is you're selling your product for. So don't sleep on a number of views and just only focus on the quality of the message you're putting out there, where people think it's valuable and they want to share it with their friends because they can learn from it as well. But to summarize, your social media manager should be taking all of your concepts, right, that you made, so the 5 videos every single day, posting it regularly, and then taking all the variations your editor did for text hooks, for styles of editing, for structure, and posting them all on trial reels. And just to be clear, here's an example of my content calendar. What I would do is Monday, I would go about finding ideas for myself, competitor research, scrolling, 30 minutes to an hour. Tuesday, I would just come up with ideas naturally that came to my mind from the saved videos I wrote down, from just looking at so much content. Wednesday and Thursday, I would come up with all my solid 5 to 7 ideas I was gonna be able to film by combining things left and right. And then of course you see here, Friday is when I filmed everything, and Saturday, Sunday is when I had my editors revise and edit all my videos for me. Friday, I was filming content, about 10 videos like I mentioned, and with those 10 videos on Saturday and Sunday, I would have my editors chop up the main videos and then retwist them with different hooks, different editing styles to post on trial reels, and of course just in general. And just to show you that I'm not making this up, I was able to make over $125,000 in a single month from using this method. As you can see right here, this is my overall net income, $86,000, $125,000 in revenue, and $38,000 in. And this is the same system that I use for all my clients that I've taken them from literally a couple thousand followers to 20,000, 20,000, 40,000, 100,000, a million followers. And this is just a handful of them. Anyways, that's it for my 4-pillar batching system. I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you need extra help, make sure to go down in the description down below where you can book a free strategy call with my team and I to help you further with your personal brand growth. Anyways, hope you guys learned something from this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.